Hey, what's up? It's the Normal Playing Guide. Hey, next video we just done Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2 Margin Vegeta. Yeah, brilliant. So we all expect there'll be some sort of easy A, and hey, I called it. I called these two could be the only ones who are old enough and hype enough to receive an easy A, category leads, etc. I did also expect it might be in Buhan, but we got Int Ultimate Gohan. So I lost a flip on that one, but hey. So Super Saiyan 3 Goku is really, really good. Coming out with plenty of dodge. He has crazy amount of stats. He has virtually infinite crits. And when he transforms, he's even stronger, right? He even has a wicked chance to stun. He is strong and is going to make the Overworld Warriors in Super Saiyan 3 really come alive. So I'm expecting a lot for Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, who turns into Margin Vegeta, who transforms from Super Class to Extreme Class, but nonetheless, let's see what we have. Super Saiyan 2 and Resurrected Warriors. Now, this will go for 170. This will be good because Super Saiyan 2, a little easier than Super Saiyan 3, but still terrible. Resurrected Warriors, it's a little easier, but again, I'd imagine this guy's really going to clink together a few teams. But yeah, so we'll check him out before, after, how you build him and his best sort of teammates. So he had 100% to stats, much like Goku. This was nice. Goku had defense with the more HP, and he had more attack with the less. This guy's the other way around. So yeah, more attack the healthier you are, more defense otherwise. Yeah, same again, extra stats, and then you received a boost, which looks like you had one enemy 80% or more, not 50% or more. Should you do, this guy truly was, I think, better than Goku. So, you had massive attack boost, you could be tankier when you were further down. Now, you lose, see, like Goku gained more stats, but this guy could be super effective. And then this guy guarded, where the other guy got super effective against all types. So I think this guy was better because it married up with his guard. So we'll see. So going back to his base form, we'll see how it fares. This guy will not suffer in his links in terms of who he works well with, unlike the Super Saiyan 2 to 3. So here we go. Super Saiyan 2 Resurrected, a full 170, really nice. So we have two key 150% stats. Now that's good because, as I always said, anything with key in their passive really takes the stress off the board. It really helps out for lack of key links, any odd units that you try and string together. It's just nice. You can always tell they're going to be a good unit. Reduce damage by 30%. That is actually really nice. An additional attack boost. The more HP, the greater. And if you're 50% or more, 70% chance to super. Your super attack raises attack and defense for the turn. Previously, it was raised defense. So now you get a slight amount of attack. So far so good. Extra stats, way more damage reduction. Great. Defensive boost up to 120%. The less HP, the better. The less HP, the more. But if you fall under 50, you guarantee guard. That's nice. Randomly changes key spheres to rainbow when there's a Majin Buu ally or Majin Buu Saga enemy. Nice. Damage reduction of 20% with a rainbow key sphere. Wow, that's pretty busted because then he's virtually immortal because you have one rainbow and that's 50%. You get two and that's 70%. 120% with three or more key spheres obtained. Dude, this dude's insane. This dude's absolutely insane. He hasn't even transformed. He's heavy on the defensive side. So you lose guard until you fall below a certain amount. But that's not really a problem because if you get this, you have 30% damage reduction. Bar none. 2 rainbow orbs gives you, which is not impossible, 70% damage reduction. But even with one, 50% damage reduction is no joke. Especially when if you get hit pretty bad, you'll end up guarding. Right? So you can recover, which is really, really nice. Still maintains defense, but now more attack. He is going to gain substantially more attack as well in this. Chances are you will run Majin Buu ally because his whole bunch of people can survive in pretty much most, right? So again, there's a few Cell Saga in here and a few Future Saga, but it's going to be possible to run him, whether you run him alongside a Goku or not. So yes, he is strong, and he's only just going to get. I'd imagine he might even have guaranteed guard in his transform form, but in his transform state. But I'd imagine his attack's going to shoot up massively. He's, as I say, from one enemy 50% or more from the third turn. We then get this guy, 3 key 200%. So that's basically the same as Goku. So far so good. 33% additional damage reduction. So it's gone up by 3%. Not a lot, but we'll roll with it. Attack boost goes up to 150, and so does the defense boost. It's switched from the Super Saiyan 2 and 3. Same again. Guaranteed additional super attack this time. Instead of 70%, it's 100. It's 100%. I'd imagine it's greatly raised attack and defense. Yeah, greatly raised attack and defense. 70% chance to stun. I presume it was 50. There you go. So you maintain your defense. You now get a lot of attack, and you get 70% chance to stun. So far, this is virtually the same, right? Right, if you do fall below, you still guard, so that's nice. This is still the same. Damage reduction of 33% per rainbow key sphere obtained. Okay, so it goes up from 20 to 33%. So one orb now gets you near 70. See, this is where the little bits add up. If it was 30 and 30, it'd be 60%. But with the additional 6, you're closer to 70% damage reduction. That makes a world of difference. 130% to stats on attack with 3 or more, and super effective. Nice. That's what he was missing, really. 66% extra and guaranteed guard. It is nice. He did have his guaranteed guard prior with 6 or more, but now you get extra stats. This, he used to be super effective, but now he gets a ton of stats, which is really nice. This is absolutely bonkers, because if you're at full health, or actually, well, more than 50% health really, you're guaranteed a super attack, which is going to greatly raise attack and defense, and his stats are going to fly up pretty ridiculous. Now, the coup de grace of this guy is going to be able to get 6 orbs, and it does include Rainbow, for slot 1, turn 1, or just slot 1 in general. He has damage reduction to allow him to soak up, because even still, you can have this. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku has dodge, and that, is 70-80% chance to dodge, sure. In situations where you can't dodge, this guy is going to be king, because he is going to be able to build up that damage reduction, and there is not many bosses alive that are going to be able to take you down, and if they do, even have something like 70% damage reduction with 200% stats on what is essentially could be a 200% team. Yeah, no, they ain't taking you down without a fight. And ultimately, it will take the best of bosses on a super attack to take you down. Because, let's face it, you're gonna get this. You're gonna have an additional super attack. You're gonna have the chances of you not getting a rainbow key sphere in any rotation is going to be really slim. So you are going to be walking away with 66% damage reduction, period. And it does mean that's 99% damage reduction, by the way, if you get 2 rainbow orbs, just so you know. Yeah, so realistically, you could go for just 3 orbs. 3 orbs gets you near invincibility of damage reduction, whilst having extra stats, and then you're going to have an additional super attack. So that's going to be wicked. And this is not factoring in the less HP defense boost. So it's going to be huge. I still think Super Saiyan 3 Goku will output more damage, because he has... it's the reverse for him. He will have more damage if you get less health and can crit, but this guy's more tuned for guarding and having defense reduction, right? Damage reduction. No doubt this guy is probably going to be touching maybe higher defensive numbers. Like statistically, it's probably the same. 55%. It is. Goku was 10,500 comparable attack. Maybe he's slightly under. Now, at one dupe, see, actually no, because even defensive value pound for pound, that was basically the same. A little less on attack, but at Rainbow, holy moly, this is ridiculous what I'm looking at. 14,000 defense. Hey, this guy came out in 2020, so he's a few years old now. So if you happen to have even just one dupe, yeah, that's some tasty numbers. Pound for pound, start of turn, he is going to be tankier, but Goku will hit harder. But honestly, it doesn't matter too much. Really. It's going to be insane. He is, like I said it before, the other one. If they release today, this is probably it. Like, this is so good. This is not just an easy A. This is a whole new unit. They are so different. It's insane. Speaking of his teams, he's going to be good in everything. Resurrected, Mastered Evolution, Super Saiyan 2, Worthy Rivals and Gifted Warriors. Wow. Hell, Crowder body and mind, because he can tank and such like that. You could stick him on and he could hold his own. His teams, they're the same. It's Vegeta, mainly because you got stuff like Royal Lineage. That's kind of doing the deal. That's why you're sticking with this. So are we talking Majin Buu Saga allies? Well, let's have a look. This guy. Now, this guy can have a huge amount of damage reduction if you have a Trunks. You need a Trunks to realistically to go alongside a Goten, but there is your Majin Buu Saga team. This guy alone will help prop up this guy, so that's nice. Other Majin Buu Saga units, well, this guy is reasonable, but he is very orb hungry, and by now he needs a lot of orbs. But you can actually get, it takes a lot of orbs, but you can get him, and he is an int orb changer. You can get him to like 400k defense, and this is before 200% leads came out. So he's very dependent on orbs, but he can do work. This guy, he is gotta be due an easy A soon. If he does, these two are gonna be fantastic. Transforming Vegeta, yeah, you're not going to get Majin Buu Saga, but you can get stuff like Mastered Evolution, Worthy Rivals, Gifted Warriors, Vegeta family, not as good as Goku family, right, in terms of roster, so insane. Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, yeah, another easy A. You're going to get him on Majin Buu Saga, Resurrected Warriors, again, these are going to be quite a link. This guy is the same version, however he has Over in the Flash, which is nice, and I don't think this guy doesn't, so you will technically gain a key link with this guy, so probably not too bad. Everything else appears to be movies or Cell Saga or Future. Oh, now he's one of the first LRs to get an easy A, and it's kind of disappointing, but if he had a super easy A, suddenly we might have a Super Saiyan 2 team that is actually quite nasty. Anyway, how do you build this guy? Well, it's hard to say, because he's all about tanking. Now, you could give him a little bit of crit, there's no doubt about that. And in fact, you could even give him a little bit of dodge, because he has none. Now, you could argue additional, because again, you got 70% chance to stun, as well as a huge amount of defensive stats. But I feel like you could perhaps not go so hard, because he's guaranteed an additional super attack. Even in his other form, he still gets a 70%. You're still getting a ridiculous amount of stats and damage reduction. I would probably honestly go for crits and dodge, because he's strong enough as he is. You would be arguing that, to be fair, he's so powerful that yes, another super attack would massively raise the damage and his own defensive viability in the most difficult of content. And yes, I could actually see him tanking Cell Max. Obviously Launch will take him out, but she's pretty strong herself. The heroine, those peppy girls, they are insane. The Red Zone, he's going to be able to hold his own ground, and yes, I reckon he can hold Cell Max. And he's type neutral, and I'm telling you, with his guard, with his defensive boost, he's if you pop a Sensu, no, that's for the attack. If you don't, well, I suppose it depends. you can pop a sensu in order to, if you don't get this, I suppose, or if you do get this, you can pop a sensu, because then you can get the guard, pop a sensu, and you got the attack boost with an additional super attack. So again, he's going to be strong, I reckon. But like, he's not going to disappoint in any capacity. So he's going to be super strong, and these teams, they're going to be brought out quite nicely. But yeah, so they'll be coming out probably coming out tomorrow, maybe in the next day or two. It's currently Tuesday, so I would imagine, if not today, it's got to be Wednesday or Thursday, because Gotenks has been released for the Christmas banner, so that's continuing the Super Saiyan, Majin Buu saga rather. So that's going to be good. That's going to see us through all the way till New Year now, this saga, this category. So there we go. Anyway, that's it. That's all we have. I like this unit. I like both of these units. Both of these are done really well. So you can let me know how well you think these are. Who's your favourite? Personally, I think I'm leaning towards Vegeta. His defensive viability just seems more held together. Goku's going to be strong, no doubt, and his dodge. I don't personally like dodge on units because I always feel like they they just fail. But anyway, I've been the normal playing guy, and you've been a lovely audience. I will see you on the next one. Maybe it's Gotenks. Anyway, thank you, and bye bye.